What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Tuesday Tips and Tricks. I'm Max, and we've got a lot lined up for you guys today. It's going to be another great episode. Before we get started, please, if you haven't already and you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button in the bottom right corner and hit that bell at the top so you get notifications with every new episode. As always, we'll be addressing all of our questions at the end. And let's bring on our co-host, Tyler Wall.
Hey, Max, and happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. So today's episode is a user-generated question that we'll be addressing on how to use our mobile app and then take it from mobile to desktop. I will be explaining all the functionalities of what you can do on mobile and then how to kind of complete your projects once you're on desktop.
Sweet. It's a great question. I've got my mobile device here, so we can hop into the editor on the app and check this out.
Let's do it.
Great. So you can see here I've got my mobile and desktop version of WeVideo set up for you guys. So we're going to start in the mobile device and show you how you create in there and then move into the desktop a little bit later. All right?
Perfect.
So I'm going to go ahead and start creating on my phone.
Awesome. And so, yeah, let's kind of give a quick background, Tyler, of what project we're going to do so kind of get an idea of what features we'll be highlighting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully you saw how I did that. I just clicked create and then put my title and the project is supposed to go in. We're going to call this my demo since we're demoing today. And you can see right away, this is going to put a title here. I'm going to go ahead and full screen this so we can see it a little better.
There we go.
All right, so like I said, you can see it defaults this title. You can go ahead and click into that and adjust it, customize colors, change the text if you want. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I want to start my video with some different clips. So like the desktop version of WeVideo, you're going to have a lot of different options, and if you click this plus icon in the bottom right corner, you're going to see all these options here. So we've got our camera. If I wanted to shoot footage directly into the timeline, I could click that. I have device media, so photos within my phone, the essentials library. So if you have an account with our stock media library, you can search for stock media there, my media, Google Drive as well. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and click device media. Let's pick some of these clips.
Here we go. I see some chickens.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab some clips from my yard this morning. Got some eggs for breakfast from the chicken coop. Go ahead and click done, and you can see it populates immediately into our timeline. Now this looks a little bit different from your desktop version, but it's pretty intuitive. If I want to adjust the order of these, I just click on them and drag them up like so. So depending on which came first, the chicken or the egg, you can adjust in that way. Another thing to note, you can see that, so if you click in like this is our clip editor. All I had to do for that is just tap the clip.
And then you can adjust, it looks like the volume, the speed, as well as...
Yeah, you're going to notice a lot of these on the desktop version. They're very similar, just laid out a little bit different. So I can adjust the volume of this clip, the speed if I wanted to speed this up. You can see here we can rotate, flip, and it already applied that background blur. This was one of the tips we went over in a previous episode. This defaults in the app to have the blur already applied. And because I shot this on mobile, it's in vertical, so that's helpful.
Perfect.
In iOS, we could even do green screen, chroma key, which we also went over in a different episode. And then if I wanted to apply some text, I could do that here.
Got your list of motion titles there.
Yeah. So just click into that. I can show you how you customize that.
Awesome. See, we already got a couple questions. Just a reminder, we will address all the questions at the end. We'll get through our brief mobile demo here.
All right, so we got our quote put in there. So you can see how easy it is to apply effects that you would do within the desktop version right in the mobile app. So I could start this video, you know, I shot this morning. I could start it on my deck using my phone. And then let's say I wanted to dial in some of these edits, I can move into the desktop version, and that's really easy to do. While we're here, let's go ahead and show you guys how to do, that's music. Let's show you how to do a voiceover.
Perfect. Good idea, Tyler.
So you can see that mic icon that I just clicked, and that takes me into the voiceover menu. So real easy. If I click this mic here, it's going to do a countdown. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? So I can preview this if I click that play button, or I could hit this and re-record if I didn't like my take. But I think that it works for our demo. So I'm going to hit done. And that should apply our voiceover. All right. Anything else within the app that we want to show before we hop into the desktop, Max, that you can think of?
I think this is great. We've got our visuals, and we've got our background voiceover. Now we can take it into the app and use even more features, as well as see it on a bigger screen.
One thing I should mention too is it defaults here. You can see when I click on this, this is a transition. It defaults to the crossfade transition. So that's pretty nice. If we want to change it, I can show you how we do that within the desktop. All right. So I'm going to minimize this screen and show you how this works. Our project already saved, auto-saved. You can see in the upper right corner here, this little refresh, which is actually a sync button. So on your phone, you're going to click that. It's going to give you this dialog box.
Keep the app open. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. And what that's going to do is sync it to our WeVideo account. So if you log in on your desktop with the same account, obviously, it's going to sync over here. And that takes a little bit of time depending on how many clips and how big those files are, obviously.
The longer the video you upload, the longer it'll take.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. Being connected to the internet helps.
Yes, definitely. So we'll give that a little bit of time.
Yeah. In the meantime, it's probably a good point to remind all our viewers that starting on July 28th through the 30th, we have our WeVideo's first Creator Community Summit. This is entirely virtual and entirely free. We got a bunch of different speakers that we're promoting all over social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. You can check them out, as well as view our landing page and see the whole lineup schedule for the entire summit. So I encourage everyone to sign up for that. Take a good look at the different sessions we've got going on. Got some great topics we'll be covering, as well as a Q&A after each.
Yeah, you can see the whole schedule up there. There's some great topics like Max mentioned. So register right now.
Yep. Awesome. How we doing on the upload? Still going. Okay.
Yeah, this will differ based on Wi-Fi speeds. I'm also sharing Wi-Fi now, so let's hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will get over soon.
That work from home life. So we do have a question. I don't know if we want to open this up into maybe a new project while we wait, Tyler. And that's uh, how to rearrange tracks and move things. Basically, how to manage tracks.
How to rearrange tracks easily.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's hop into this project here while we wait for our sync to happen, and I can show you a couple techniques. Go ahead and grab some clips. So you can see here you have your different tracks laid out. One of the things you can do, we've talked about this before in our organization tips, is rename these. So
yeah, and I mean, I do this, and I don't know, this is totally personal preference, but I think a good point of practice is when you're creating a new video, I always leave track 1 completely blank and do my base track on video track 2. That way, if I get down the road and I need to have something at the very bottom or below, or just basically store it,
yeah,
got track 1 and everything, above it will cover that. But if I'm working on video and I don't want to move a certain clip to the very end of my timeline for later, I can just save it the bottom.
Yeah, that's a good technique. I like that idea.
Helpful if you've got a green screen, obviously you don't have to move all your tracks up.
Sure. Yeah, I usually start my project by adding some video tracks here. So to do that, you just click this plus icon. You can add video, audio, or your watermark if you have the plan with our branding settings in it. But yeah, that gives you a little bit more real estate to rearrange these when you get deep into an edit and you need to put something above or below a different clip.
Yeah,
I know.
One thing is you can. I'm sure you showed them, Tyler, how you can change the height of your track.
Yeah,
there's 3 options there by default. WeVideo selects the middle one, which is what you're seeing now, but you can make it either smaller or thinner or larger and show the audio portion as well.
Yeah, if you just click on this caret here, and then you can, as Max said, just make that small, large. That allows you to see these tracks a little easier.
So yeah, that heart clip right there doesn't have audio, but if it did, you would see the different spikes.
Exactly.
Of audio level if you expanded it like that.
And I know our product team has looked into rearranging these from here. That's not an option currently, but look for that down the line. That could be something that we update.
Awesome.
All right, let's see if we can hop back into the dashboard and continue our chicken edit. Looks like it's synced over. So I'm going to go ahead and start editing the video I created on my mobile device here. Unless we have any other questions. Hopefully that answered.
Yeah, that was Deanna's question. Taking a look. I think we're good for the time being. Let's get back to our demo, Tyler.
Cool. All right, so once your files have synced over your project, go ahead and click Edit in the desktop version. You're going to get this dialog box. Basically what this is saying is once you start editing in the desktop, you won't be able to start or return to editing on your mobile device. It's kind of a one-way street currently. This is something That could update later, hopefully, with providing a little bit more
flexibility. Yeah.
But as you see, all the things that we did within the mobile device have synced over and are mirrored right here. So we've got our voiceover track, we've got the text motion title that we applied, and our transitions as well. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? So there's our voiceover. And we can continue making edits here, just like we normally would.
Let's just for example's sake, Tyler, say we wanted to redo the voiceover after hearing it on our desktop. How would we go about doing that?
Sure.
Desktop interface.
So just like the mobile app, you're going to find the narrate button here in the My Media tab. Click that. It's going to give you this dialog box. Click record. You can also adjust, if you want to hear the audio that's within your edit already, you can check this or mute it if that's easier for you. Click record, going to give you a countdown. Here's a challenge. Try and crack an egg with one hand while recording. It's not as easy as it looks. So then same idea, right? You're going to have record again. You can preview what you recorded for your narration. If you don't like it, just hit that record again. If you're all good with it, click save.
As well as Q&A.
And that's going to create a new track, just like the mobile device did with our new voiceover. So you can obviously rearrange this how you like. We could delete our old one. And this is just a really good way to, capture some things on your mobile device, start an edit, and then continue that edit on the desktop, where it's a little bit easier to do, more detailed edits, put in text, or you just have more options in the desktop as far as getting things done quickly, in my opinion, at least. Some people like the mobile app a little better.
Awesome. Well, let's kind of wrap this up and take it towards exporting, Tyler. And then we do have another question that came in through Facebook.
Cool. Do we want to answer that question now or go over it?
Yeah, actually, while we got the timeline open, why not? So the question was from Alejandro. I would love to know how to do the rewind effect or reverse effect for an intro and play the rest of the clip normal playback. So I think in terms of like trying to basically reverse speed a clip, that's not a feature available in WeVideo yet. However, if you're talking about just speeding things up or slowing things down, slow motion or speeding it up, that you can do. And we can go over that real quick.
Yeah. So the reverse effect, like Max said, is not available yet. It's a highly requested feature. So keep an eye out. That most likely will come soon. To adjust our,
Yeah, far right, the speedometer, yeah.
Yeah, to adjust our speed, you're just gonna hit that speedometer tab right here, slow/fast motion. And then you have a bunch of options, right? We can speed this up, slow it down, and you can apply in and outs as well. If you want to smooth this. Let's say we wanted our clip to be slow for only, that beginning portion and then go into normal speed. You can adjust the range at which the effect takes place. Then you can preview that here to see what that's going to look like. So you can see it's slow at first. Get that crack. And then, oh, it went into our other clip. Sometimes this happens if you have a clip that is on the timeline. Let's move that real quick. Continue our preview. So slow. And then around 4 seconds, it should speed up. There it is, normal speed.
Beautiful. That's it for the questions for time being, looks like.
Awesome. That was a good question.
Awesome. So yeah, just a quick reminder, this whole Tuesday Tips and Tricks was inspired by our audience feedback. So we rely on you guys, our viewers, for upcoming topics and things to highlight. So either help you with your current projects or show stuff that you may not have been aware of with your current plan. So thanks again for everybody who joined us. I think that's a wrap for today. Awesome. Well, happy creating, everyone. Until next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.